First of all, my name's Krish, and I help young men improve their mental health. Just quickly, the top link in the description is just a link to my one-to-one coaching if you are interested. And so, one of the things that happen, and this is this can be at any point, is dealing with negative thoughts. So, when I was 4 years ago, when I was depressed, when I was anxious, when I had ADHD, when I was traumatized, I was constantly, every single day, getting bombarded with negative thoughts. Every single day. And it would even be whilst I was doing whatever I wanted to do, whilst I was doing the bad habit, which at the time was genuinely what I wanted to do, like genuinely like what I wanted to do with my time. Whilst I was doing the thing that I loved doing the most at the time, which was playing video games, even whilst I was doing it, I was still getting negative thoughts. Getting thoughts like, why are you doing this? You're just wasting time. You're being a loser. I remember, how like most guys, they usually get post-nut clarity, where it's like after you bust, after you watch porn or whatever, then the negative thoughts come in, then the regrets come in. That's not how it was for me. For me, I was literally getting negative thoughts during when I was doing it. Like literally like at the point when you would as soon as I used to basically just bust, as soon as that, like instantly, like actually, you know what? Not even at the point, even before then, I was getting negative thoughts. And they were especially bad when I would log off the video game because I would check the time. It would be like 1 a.m. I stayed up pretty late playing video games because I didn't want my parents to yell at me for playing them, hit me again, basically. So I checked the time, 1 a.m., and I was like, why the fuck did I just do that? Why? I'm so tired, bro. Like, why did you do that? Constantly the thoughts were asking, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Like, you're a loser. You're this, you're this, you're this. Now, here's the thing. Those negative thoughts are actually there to help you. Now, I know what I just said might sound weird, but if you didn't have those negative thoughts, if when I was, for example, watching porn, when I was playing video games, when I was on my phone, when I was eating junk food, when I was doing all of the bad habits, when my mental health was shit, if I didn't have negative thoughts, if I didn't have depression or anxiety, I would have kept doing them. These negative thoughts, these mental health problems, all of these things, they're signs, they're signals that your body is using to tell you, hey bro, we're not living like a happy, healthy human being. We're not living how we should be. And so when your body's telling you this, when it's giving you negative thoughts, when it's giving you depression and anxiety and all these things, take heed of it. They're actually there to help you, which might sound really autistic, but it is true. Because like I just said, they're just signs. Now, the way to change these negative thoughts, the way to make them more positive, is by doing basically one of two things. Actually, no, you have to do both of these things. First one is the obvious answer of improve your mental health. How do you improve your mental health? Focus on living like a happy, healthy human being for a while. And what I mean by that is you exercise, you meditate, you read, you go outside in nature, you spend time with friends. These boring, what I just listed sounds extremely fucking boring, doesn't it? It's like, yeah, I already knew all this. If you already knew all this, you maybe would have taken action, and you maybe would have improved your mental health, and maybe you wouldn't need to be watching this video right now. You need to be reminded of these things more than you need to be taught. And so I remember every single day waking up and just feeling empty. Every single day, just neurotically overthinking about everything. And as I would go through my day, I remember playing games, again, getting these same negative thoughts, these same anxious thoughts as well. I was so scared. I was like, what if my dad comes down? What if my mom yells at me? What if this happens? What if this and this and this? Everything just felt hollow, just empty, basically. The only things that gave me some kind of, stimulation, you could say, was just porn and games and TikTok. And that's it. Of course I was depressed. Of course I was anxious. My mind was wandering every 4 seconds. I just couldn't be present at all throughout the day. I couldn't focus in school, and so my grades suffered, and so my parents yelled at me even more for that. Of course I had these mental health problems. And now finally it's I get to wake up and I get to do the thing that I genuinely like doing, which is this, which is recording videos, which is helping people. Even if this video helps literally only one person, that's a win in my book. I'm not gonna lie to you, if it helps literally just one person, that's it. That's just a win in my book, I'm not gonna lie. I get to wake up, I get to do the thing that I love the most. I genuinely feel wake up and I genuinely just feel happy that I get to just do things. And again, the way that I did it was simply just through improving mental health, and that's it. So that's the first thing that you have to do to remove these negative thoughts, just to improve your mental health. The second way is a difference in basically just how you think. Now, when I first learned about this, I was like, oh shit, like this actually might work, and it actually made sense to me when I first learned it. So I'll just give you some insights that I got from what I just learned. There's basically just like a difference between the thoughts that we get. You know, there's positive thoughts, or not positive thoughts, sorry. There are positive thoughts, obviously, but there's automatic thoughts and there's manual thoughts. So that, you know, there's kind of like a difference. So automatic thoughts are basically just the thoughts that we get most of the time, right? You know, as you're going about your day-to-day life, as you're doing like basically just your habits, you get automatic thoughts just, well, automatically. That's why they're called automatic thoughts, though. And so I think that most of what your automatic thoughts say is directly related to what you're doing in basically just your life. If you're watching porn 3 times a day, playing video games every single day for 16 hours like me, if you're doing drugs, maybe you're smoking weed, maybe you're drinking alcohol, maybe you're eating shit food, maybe you're not exercising, maybe you just like stay cooped up inside your house basically just all day and don't touch grass. Your automatic thoughts are going to start to reflect that. Your automatic thoughts are going to start to become more negative, and they're going to start to basically just like accusers. They're going to be like, oh, you did this and that makes you bad. Oh, you know, this happened. Like, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Like, come on, like, you can't do this, you can't do that. You know, that's like basically just like negative thoughts overall. Why? Because basically just of the choices that you made. And so if you want to improve your automatic thoughts, you have to do basically 2 things. One, improve your mental health. Again, I already said it, do the good habits, stuff like that, delay gratification, discipline. The second way is to manually input positive thoughts about yourself, which makes sense, right? But most people, even I, like for a long time, I didn't consciously do this. And you kind of need to consciously do this because there's sometimes a lot of people who maybe like make some progress, you know, like in self-improvement and mental health and all these things. You know, they still get negative thoughts every now and then, but it's like, it's way less prevalent. And so if you have a bunch of negative thoughts right now, again, step 1, I keep mentioning this, delay gratification, improving your mental health, because I say this all the time. Poor mental health simply comes down to a lack of discipline. That's it. So that's step 1. And step 2 is the positive manual thoughts. So these could be, for example, you know what, I think I did a pretty good job today. You know what, I'm proud of myself for hitting that workout. I'm proud of myself for meditating today. I was actually really, really productive today. I'm proud of myself. You know, I was actually like, I was pretty scared when I went up to that girl and like to try and cold approach, but I did anyway. I'm proud of myself for that. And so when you say things like this, your automatic thoughts are going to start to become more positive over time. For me now, it's like, of course, you know, I'm still working on this. Of course, you know, it's still not perfect, but my automatic thoughts are significantly more positive than they were like 3-4 years ago, because I just manually implemented or manually like put positive manual thoughts into my head. And you might say like, oh no, but this is delusion, this is false and stuff, but like, no, this isn't, because you should only input positive thoughts about yourself that are true. Because if I suddenly say to myself like, oh yeah, you know, I'm a millionaire, I'm so proud of myself, like, come on, dude, that's obviously a lie. And so you don't, you know, you might say, like, oh no, but I have to make progress in order to do that. I have to make progress in order to like input positive manual thoughts. It's like, no, you don't. For example, the positive manual thought that you can input right now is, instead of fapping 3 times today, I only did it once. I'm proud of myself, I made progress. You know, usually like I play like video games for like 10 hours a day, but today I only played 4. I'm proud of myself. I think I just made progress. You know, like I went outside today for a few minutes. I'm proud of myself. I just made progress. You can say these like truth, like just doing the small things, fapping less, playing video games less, maybe like reducing your screen time by a lot, maybe like just going outside once, maybe just like doing 1 push-up, that's it, literally just doing 1 push-up. You can say something like, hey, you know what, I did 1 push-up today, I just made progress, I'm proud of myself. You can say those things. Yes, you can. You know, it might seem like silly or something, like what the fuck, like 1 push-up's not gonna do anything. Yes, it is, because that 1 push-up is going to lead you to doing 2 tomorrow, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 10, then 20. That 1 push-up is going to lead to you implementing more positive annual thoughts. And so, yeah, that's it. It's really that simple. Because when you input these positive manual thoughts, your automatic thoughts are going to start to reflect that. And this is not delusion, because we're only going to say stuff about ourselves that's actually true. Excuse me. So yeah, that was one of the ways that, or I guess like two of the ways you could say, that I use to basically just get rid of these negative thoughts. But again, if you're having negative thoughts right now, I completely understand. I understand, like they might be painful. I understand, like you might not want to listen to them or something, but I would take heed of them, because that's your body telling you, hey man, what are you doing? Like, this is not how we're supposed to live. Like, you're being basically just a loser right now. You need to improve. You need to, like, basically just, like, get your shit together. That's basically what your body is saying to you when you have negative thoughts, when you have depression, when you have anxiety, when you have all these things. It's just a signal. Like, your body is on your side when it says these things. Now, there's some people who, for example, they made a lot of progress, they still get negative thoughts. Now, of course, they might not have done like the inner work to actually like fix those negative thoughts. And so then at that point, they might not be on your side. But when your body is giving you these signals, take heed of it. And then you can actually start to implement these positive manual thoughts, because then those actually, you know what, those positive manual thoughts, those positive automatic thoughts are going to be on your side way, way more. Right now, when you're first starting out, when you haven't improved your mental health, when you have not made, maybe you haven't made much progress, and that's okay, because maybe, like you just learned about this. When you're first starting out, those negative thoughts, they are actually a sign, and you should, trust me when I say, you should take heed of it. Actually, you might even start to like feel grateful for that. I know that might sound like really, really weird, but like I'm actually grateful that I had those negative thoughts, because that was the sign that my body was telling me, like, hey, come on, we're not doing the things we should do. And again, this is when you're first starting out, right? Like, when you made a bunch of progress and you still have negative thoughts, then that's a different problem. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on this. So I hope you found this video helpful. Again, if you made it to the end and you've watched me yap for 17 minutes, maybe you are really interested in improving your mental health. So again, the top link in the description is just a link to my one-to-one coaching. If you are interested, you can just go check it out. So hope this video helped you. Take care.